Hey everyone, it's Darla. Welcome to today's video. I'm going to be showing you a nail build today using these reusable forms. It's a 5-pack off of Amazon. I'll post my video down below of a previous build that I did using the stickers. They both work great. I just wanted to show you guys also how to use these if you wanted to use something reusable rather than something you would dispose after every single use. And all we need on top of the forms is our polish. So we're building our whole tip today using Clearly Frisky to get a clear tip. I just think it is super fun to decorate and it is trending right now to have clear tips. In the previous video, I built with Champagne Toast and Clearly Frisky, so it gives more of a nude look. And just a file to shape it and then a cleanser to clean up after we're done. So to get started, you need a little bit of a tip on the end of your nail, just so that we can slide this form underneath. So you're just going to put your nail on top of that foil paper, making sure that the corners are nice and snug, and you are going to kind of pinch the ends and pinch the wires. So you're going to be snug around the back of your finger, and we're wanting to make sure that our nail is centered on the form. If this metal bar is in your way, you can just pull it back down the finger. We want to have access to that whole nail surface so we can polish easily. So I'm happy with that. It is not going anywhere. And you can make it as tight as you need. I've even built my 6-year-old daughter's nails with these. They can go quite snug, and she has little tiny fingers, so they work great. Okay, so I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do first, taking our Clearly Frisky, we're taking a bead of polish, and for the first coat, the first 3 coats, we want to make sure to focus that polish along the stress line. So the tip of our nail that meets the extension, we want to focus polish there because that is where it needs the most strength. So taking a bead of polish, and we are just going to tap it along that stress line. So we're just going to move the polish along the end of the nail, making sure that you're really getting the corners so that build has something to hold onto. And then once you have that bead of polish spread along the tip, covering just the end of your nail, you want to take it up onto the form. I'm going to go to the second line. It's probably a touch long for what I need, but better than too long than too short. So once you're done with that, you're just going to take your polish down the nail, whatever's left on the brush, we don't need a ton of polish here, and just coat the whole nail, just with a thin coat. We want the concentration of polish to be on that stress line along that tip. Okay, clean up any bits before you cure, and giving it a full 45-second cure. So we're just going to repeat that same step. So again, taking a bead of polish, focusing it along that stress line. Now on this coat, we want to make sure that not only are we concentrating the polish there, but we want to make sure that we're getting a fairly even coat up the tip. We don't want the end to be flared up. We don't want there to be any indents. And again, you're going to polish the whole nail once you're done with that. And then we're going to give it kind of a look over before we cure this one. So I'm pretty happy with that. So the indent's going to happen between the nail and the form. So we want to make sure that that's as rounded out as possible to mimic the shape of a natural nail. So that's looking okay. If you needed more polish there, you can simply just move this around or add more polish if you need. And then give it another cure. So this is our 3rd coat, repeating the same process again. So as you can see, this is not hard. It's just time consuming because we're doing 5 coats of Clearly Frisky. So again, we're focusing a bead of polish along that stress line, taking it up onto the form and coating it down over the whole nail. This is the last step where we're going to be doing this. The last 2 are just simple regular coats. So once again on this coat, we're going to make sure that it's nice and smooth and level from the nail up onto the form. So just want to give it a look. So you can see right now on the tip, it's looking a little bit thick. I'm just going to remove that polish and tap it in here. Okay, that looks a little better to me. So again, 45-second cure. So this is coat number 4, and just doing a regular coat from the cuticle all the way up onto the nail form. So again, once we've applied it, we're just going to inspect it from all angles, making sure that it's level. There's no major lumps or bumps. I mean, everything is fixable once this is cured. I'm going to show you once it's cured and we remove the form. We're just going to file this baby down in exactly the way that we want it to look. So get your polish applied as best as you can, but we are going to be able to fix it, not to worry. So again, just moving some polish from the tip down. Okay, coat number 4 is done. Okay, the 5th and final coat. Applying polish from the cuticle all the way up the nail form. So steps 1, 2, and 3 are the same, focusing that bead of polish along the stress line, up the nail form, and then whatever is left on your brush, taking it from the cuticle up the nail. And then coats 4 and 5 are the ones where we're just coating from base all the way up to the top, making sure that everything is nice and smooth. I'm going to add a little bit more polish in here, just so we have that really nice C-curve tip like a natural nail would have. Okay, here is our final 45-second cure. Okay, so that's coat 5 cured. Now, do not worry. When we're working with Clearly Frisky, it's really hard to tell exactly where you are on the nail form. Focus on the length that you want, but like I said, it's going to be fixable with the nail file. So when I take this off, it's not going to look very pretty. So to take these off, just kind of wiggle it around, squeeze the tip, you'll see it releasing, and just gently move it around. This is all cured polish, 5 coats to be exact. So trust you me, it is on there. So just be very gentle when you're removing it. You'll feel the pressure kind of on your own nail as you're trying to get it to release. Okay, so there we go. So you can see I got a little carried away on that one side. That side doesn't look too bad, but our nail went from short to long. So now is the fun part, and the part where we can really make it the shape that we want. So I'm going for a coffin or kind of a ballet shape, and we are just going to file this baby until it is exactly how we want it to look. So there we go, that's the shape that I want. Now, turn it to the side, and you want, like I was saying, that nice, natural, rounded kind of C curve in your nail. This one you can see it's a little bit flared on the tip, so this is 5 layers of polish. Do not be afraid to go in with your file and to thin that out. You can play with this. I mean, you could file for quite a while before you would ever lose a tip. And my tips wear until they literally grow off. So the only trick to these is when you're removing your polish. So I'm going to polish over this to match kind of my graphic mani. Just be very gentle whether you're doing flake off or the remover pads. This is polished, so if you're pushing and digging too hard, it's going to lift and push off as regular polish would. So just be very gentle when you're doing your removal, but they should last you until they grow off. So there we go. There is our clear tip. It's smooth, it's round, it looks like a natural nail. So when you're all done, you're just going to give it a nice cleanse and get rid of all that dust to see your finished product. So like I said, it is not hard, it just takes some extra time. It's actually really fun. You can play with lengths and shapes. I had broke this one and my nails are natural, but I wanted it to match. So I built this one out, and I'll put a still shot in at the end on how I decorate this one to match my graphic mani. So I hope you guys had some fun, learned something new, and I hope this encourages you to try some nail extensions. Like I was saying, my 6-year-old daughter was really wanting long nails, so we sat. It took us about an hour and a half, but we did it, and she's thrilled with her long nails. So lots of fun. Take care, ladies. Thanks for watching.